back, a Covington lawmaker pushing for change after the horrific murder of a priest and a parishioner. WDSU Investigates first told you how legislation State Representative Larry Freeman wrote just advanced through the House and could bring big changes.
Now, the bill is expected to head to a Senate committee next week. Tonight, investigator Aubrey Killian digs deeper into this controversial bill.
To me, it's unfathomable.
State Representative Larry Freeman reacts to the hundreds of conduct violations Antonio Tyson committed while in prison.
It took months for us to obtain these records. What do you think when you see this pile?
Well, it's very concerning to me. You have a person who was sentenced for 40 years to spend 40 years in jail for a very violent crime of rape. And we know he got out after 30 years.
Freeman authored House Bill 188. If passed, it would give judges the option to require a convicted felon to serve 85% of their sentence before being eligible for parole. This would be geared towards violent offenders and drug traffickers who have a prior felony conviction.
This bill probably would not have affected Antonio Tyson because he did not have a prior felony conviction before that rape conviction 40 years ago.
But Freeman says he authored the bill to try and prevent another tragedy and bring change to the justice system. The Department of Corrections says in 1993, Tyson was sentenced to 40 years for the rape and other charges. Tyson served an additional 10.5 years for the hundreds of violations. He also earned 360 days of good time. The department says Tyson was legally released last August. Last November, days before police say Tyson murdered Ruth Prats and Father Otis Young, records show that Tyson violated his parole after he failed a drug test. Tyson was not rearrested. The Department of Corrections says it followed the law and policies based on the fact that it was a low-level violation.
Were you aware about a parole violation until you saw it on WDSU?
I was not. What I was aware of that he did have a number of violations inside a prison. I will tell you, in all honesty, I was not aware it was hundreds of violations as you have brought to me today.
Colin Sims is the assistant district attorney for St. Tammany and Washington parishes.
The state system lacks the ability to be responsive to crime at this point.
Sims says he can't comment directly to the Tyson case because it's still open, but he is making it clear he supports House Bill 188.
We need to be responsive and have a penalty schedule like the federal government has in being able to respond to crime. Not constantly everyone looking at the system, because they do, as a joke, and that they'll be out of jail before the ink dries on the pen.
Sims also says he wants to have a zero-tolerance policy for any violent criminals in violation of parole. He questions how certain offenders are able to earn good time and how it's applied to their sentence.
Good time should be the akin to, I'm demonstrating that I've gotten the message. I am changing my life in jail, because if I can't get it right in jail before I've been released to the public, what are we doing?
But there's opposition to this bill. Some lawmakers question whether or not the bill gives offenders zero hope once they are incarcerated. Sims and Freeman stress rehabilitation is crucial, but they say they want a balanced approach.
It's beyond words to me, and it's so alarming, and we really have to take a strong look at all of the processes to make sure they're working properly.
Reporting for WDSU Investigates, I'm Aubrey Killian.
Aubrey, thank you. And again, the Department of Corrections says it followed the law when Tyson was released. The department gave us a statement. It says, in part, quote, the goal of the department's reentry initiative is to significantly reduce crime and enhance public safety through reentry programs at all facilities that house state offenders. These reentry programs will provide a seamless plan of services and supervision developed with each offender.
And right now, Antonio Tyson and entered a plea of not guilty for the murders. He was taken there after trying to escape from the St. Tammany Parish Jail in December of last year.